Hello guys, welcome to Vancouver Talk Mate. This is Mati Ibrahim, and today we're sitting with Fahim Farwak, a human rights activist, someone who have been always there, a voice for Afghan people. He was well known in Afghanistan. He was fighting for human rights when there was no one to raise their voice, when it was so hard to tell about the things which were happening in Afghanistan. When Farkhunda, when Tabassum, those two ladies were getting killed in Afghanistan, he raised his voice. He stood up for that. He was someone, when the snowslide in Afghanistan was happening, he went there and helped people. Also, he was someone, when people were getting hostage by the Taliban in Afghanistan, he stood up and fight for their freedom. So please welcome Fahim Farwak to the show. Hello Fahim, how are you doing? Please let us know about yourself a little bit. And I'm really happy to have you today here.
Well, thank you, Matijan. Thank you for having me. My name is Fahim Farwak. I'm a human rights activist and one of the founders of the Human Rights Activist Union here in Canada. For almost 20 years, I have worked in civil society, justice, and community organizing. After being forced to leave my homeland following the Taliban takeover, I came to Canada and continued to some mission, helping people stay connected, defend human rights, and keep hope alive. I'm happy to be here and share a little of that journey with your audience today. I have to use this iPad because my English is not that good. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thanks for accepting to be here. It's amazing to have you. And I know it has been so hard to build everything, to work your whole life for the peace, and then seeing everything getting shattered in a piece of just like one blink of your eyes. And then the next day you see the government is changed and everything you built is getting disappeared. You spent many years working for human rights and also like appearing on TV stations in Afghanistan. What first inspired you to start helping others and standing for people who are vulnerable?
I don't think I choose human rights. I think the injustice chose me to fight together. I have spent 19 years working in civil society.
Oh my God, 19 years.
Yeah, almost 20 years. And for the last 5 years, justice has become the mission of my life. Even when I was young, I always loved building things. If I could make one person's life a little better, I felt happy. But as I grew older, I also saw more distractions. Strangely, the more distraction I saw, the stronger my desire became to build something better. Looking back, I have noticed something about myself. Every time I faced greater injustice, I become braver. I don't know why, but injustice has always given me courage instead of fear. working the reform center, appearing on television interviews, and later founding the Human Rights Activist Union were never my job. They were a different part of the same mission, helping build a society where every person is treated with dignity, equality, and justice. Today, even though I live in Canada, that mission has not changed. Just my workplace has changed, but my responsibility has not.
That's amazing. You're a brave voice standing for people who are really having no voice right now in Afghanistan. So we know about the story of Farkhunda and Tabassum, but I will tell some of our listeners about it. There was a time in Afghanistan that a girl was going to a mosque, and then she just said to the mullah that it's not the right thing or something. But you know, it was so hard, like, to see that video. It was like violent. It was like horror movie.
Yeah.
All the people were coming and hitting her until she died. And they crushed her, they burned her, they slide the car onto her. It was so hard, the horrible moment of like that time. I remember I was sad for days. But you know what? You stood up for that. You stood up for Farkhunda, for Tabassum, when people were terrified to talk about. I couldn't watch social media on that time, but you were there. We really appreciate your bravery. Where did you find the courage to stand in the middle of the city and demand justice?
I have never believed that courage means having no fear. Courage means deciding that justice is more than important than fear. During the Farkhunda and Tabassum movements, our people were heartbroken, confused, and disappointed. I remember among thousands of people and thinking that silence would only make injustice stronger.
Exactly.
Whenever innocent people lose their lives, every one of us has a responsibility. Sometimes we speak not because we believe our voice alone will change everything, but because silence would mean accepting injustice. I believe justice grows when ordinary people decide not to remain silent. And that belief has stayed with me ever since.
Oh my God. I know it's so hard, and you worked so hard to build peace in that country. Everyone, like, I see so many people did the same. But then you lost everything when the government changed. As a human rights activist who was working and like running these kind of like unions and like fighting to raise their voice, to show the people that it's not the right thing to do, how like does it feel to see your life and work suddenly taken away from you and everything is getting changed in one night?
Yeah, I still remember that night, that dark night, very clearly. I was listening the discussion on Clubhouse as everything was falling apart. Suddenly, I realized that years of work, hope, and sacrifice were disappearing in front of our eyes. I couldn't stop my tears. It wasn't simply a change of government. It felt like watching an entire country fall into darkness. 2 days later, I saw something I will never forget. A military vehicle passed by carrying armed Taliban terrorists. On it was a dirty white flag with holy Islamic words written on it. As someone raised in a Muslim family, seeing those holy words treated that way deeply hurt me. I remember thinking that our streets no longer looked like our streets. One of my closest friends hugged me and cried, but he was surprised that I looked calm. I told him everything will be okay again. We just have to work for it. Looking back, I think that sentence has guided my life ever since. Hope is not something we wait for. Hope is something we build.
Oh my God, I remember that night. It was like a terrifying night. It was like a horror movie. I couldn't sleep. Nobody sleep, actually. I don't believe if anybody sleep that night.
Yeah,
and I saw my sisters. They were terrified more than me because they knew that their rights being like in a situation that they cannot do anything. They were in a horrible situation more than me. But I had to show that I am calm. I had to tell them that no worries, it's all good. I had to take them out after several. Actually, nobody from our home went outside for a few days. But then later on, I went with my sisters to the bazaar to buy them those like hijabs and stuff to just let them know it's okay and have some fun and like going to some parks and stuff. On that time it was okay, but later on, you know, they closed the parks. My God, it was so hard to see. Everything is getting closed. Everything is getting harder day by day.
Today, just the hijab is not enough for the Taliban. They want burqa, that we call it chadari.
It's not even that. You know what? The shoes. I don't know what. If they want to take you to the prison, which they are doing right now, they will find a reason for it. Even if you have a shoes which is appearing from your clothes, they're going to say, oh, why your shoes is showing? Why your hand is showing? Why your face is showing? They are covering everything. They just want them to be invisible. So hard. But that moment and that day, I can't forget it either.
Actually, in 2017, I went to the Helmand province. I was 2 nights and 3 days in Helmand province. I never saw even one girl or woman in all the city. Now the Taliban wants to
do the same for the whole country.
For the whole country.
But you know, even I'm saying like, it's not something major in Afghanistan. It was just suburbs and some small parts that they were accepting these things because they had to. But these people and these law, it's not something general in the whole Afghanistan that everyone should accept. These are just, sometimes I think they're the crudes. They just came out of the caves and they don't know about civilization, and it's so hard. Anyways, you endured a terrifying period of being a target for activism. I know you did like these things for Farkhunda and everyone. You were like a target for them because you spend life for helping people. And you had to go into like 21 days into hiding. How did that difficult experience of being in danger change the way you see your mission today?
Those 21 days still feel much longer than 21 days. During that time, I understood what it means to live like a bird inside a cage. Inside a cage. But the strange thing was this, that the more I realized I had to leave my homeland, the more beautiful it became in my eyes. The sky looked bluer, the streets felt more precious. Even the dust seemed valuable. When my mother, my little brother Aryan, and I crossed the border, I felt safer, but I also felt that I had left a part of my body, part of myself behind. My body arrived somewhere safer, but my heart stayed in Kabul. Even today, almost 5 years later, those 21 days do not feel finished. As long as terror control our homeland, I still feel that I'm waiting for those days to end. That experience changed my mission. Before I worked for justice because I believe on it, but today I work for justice because I have lived the cost of losing it. My mission is simple. One day I hope to see our people free again, so that no family has to experience those 21 days the way mine did.
My God, it's 21 days, even if you went to the safety still. It's like living in uncertainty. It's like so hard. That 21 day can feel like years. I have been on that situation. You're scared of everything, like the police, the people, anything. You're like, it's so depressing. And right now when I'm talking about these things and about the country, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, I'm really emotional right now, but yeah, it's so hard. I know.
Yeah. Still, I feel that 21 days, I think it's not finished. When the Kabul will be free, that 21 days will be finished.
Hopefully. Yeah. Despite the trauma of leaving your home, you choose to continue your advocacy immediately upon arrival in Canada. Mm-hmm. You arrived in Canada like in February 2023. And many people would just want to rest and like sit for some time and don't do anything. But you immediately start the Human Rights Activist Union. Why was it so important for you to start making a making a difference in BC right away?
To be honest, I thought and I still think that we don't have time for fun. We have lost a very big right called homeland. When I arrived in Canada, I spent 2 months living in a hotel in Richmond. During the second month, I was already looking for a home because I wanted a quiet place where I could start working again. One of the first things I did was register at a local library and a gym. I also applied for a master's scholarship at Quantic School of Business and Technology. I was accepted, but I couldn't submit my university documents because they were left behind under Taliban control. So I lost that opportunity, but instead of giving up, I enrolled in graphic designing and Vancouver Career College with a student loan. I told myself that if one door closes, another one must open.
Yeah.
Around the same time, I started the Fatema Foundation to support women in Kabul. Fatima is my mother name.
Oh.
We organized small competitions where every woman received a prize. The prize were food, cooking oil, rice, and flour, and their children received books. Why competitions instead of simply giving aid? Because I had watched a video where Taliban militia humiliated women while taking away humanitarian aid. Those women did not only deserve help, they deserve respect. I have always believed that protecting human dignity is just as important as providing humanitarian assistance. That same belief became the foundation of the Fatema Foundation and the Human Rights Activist Union.
Oh my God, that's so true. Even here, when we help people, we try to not show their face. We try to not do advertisement for them, because it's like, you should remember that even if they need help right now, you should remember the dignity and the humanity. They just need the help right now, but they will be someone successful tomorrow. You shouldn't do that. And even in Islam, we're not allowed to do that when we are helping people.
People can lose their homes, but they should never lose their purpose.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I know that was really a great thing you did. You have successfully built a global network that connects activists across major international cities. You're organized, now your organization have over 200 members globally and contacts people in contains people in 5 major cities like Paris, Toronto. How do you manage to bring so many people together from all over the world to protect the human rights, especially the girls and women of Afghanistan?
I believe people are more ready than we think. They simply need hope, trust, and a reason to work together. After arriving in Canada, many people from our community felt disappointed. Some had lose hope, others believed their voices no longer mattered. I believe the opposite. We created the Human Rights Activist Union to reconnect people, rebuild trust, and remind everyone that every voice still has value. One example was when the United Nations invited Taliban representative to an international meeting. We believed the world needed to hear another voice, the voice of people, the voice of our people. Together with our colleagues, we organized coordinated demonstration in several cities. including Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary, Paris, Düsseldorf, Tehran, and Islamabad. After the UN meeting, one of the women who participated inside told the media that the demonstration gave her confidence to speak openly. That moment meant a lot for me. It reminded me that even if we are outside the meeting room, we can still strengthen the people who are inside it. Sometimes leadership is not about standing in front. Sometimes it is about helping someone else standing taller.
Exactly.
Hope grows faster when people stand together.
Exactly, that's so true. And like, one of the things I'm thinking, we have this ability to talk here about the things which is happening. We have not a lot of security reasons, but women in Afghanistan, they are standing up with those challenges with their life. They're getting in jail, they're getting killed, they're getting raped, but still they're just talking, and they want their voice to be heard. But now we are like safe here. Why shouldn't we do something about it? We should do the most, and that's why I'm always trying to be a voice, to make the things that they want to be heard. You, not only that one, you brought like a lot of people in Vancouver together and about the Afghanistan, and then in August 2025 you hosted an event in North Burnaby Library, and there was around 70 people together on that event. What did it feel like to see local Vancouver community show up and stand up for Afghanistan by your side? How does it feel?
Yeah, we have a gathering before that as well. It was one of the proudest moments since arriving in Canada. Many people think that when someone leaves home, they lose everything. But I strongly disagree. I believe people carry their values with them. If we create the right environment, those values grow again. Our events are not simply meetings. They are places where people find each other again. They remember that they are not alone. They are not alone. During the last 2 years, we have organized public events, cultural programs, human rights campaigns, memorial ceremonies, online discussions, and advocacy activities. Every event reminds me that communities become stronger when people feel respected. I often say that our people are incredibly talented. What they need most is not permission. They need respect and encouragement. When people feel respected, amazing things begin happening.
Exactly. Even for me, working in a place or being in a place which I have respect, that means a lot. You know, I have an example about it. A bottle of water, it costs like in Afghanistan 10 Afghanis in the streets. But if you go to the airport, the same bottle is like around 50 Afghanis. So it's the same example for the humans. If you see you don't have a value somewhere, then you have to know you're in a wrong place. You have to change your place. You have to go somewhere else where people value you, respect you. So the same person can go somewhere else and they get more salary. They can be more successful. They can be more respected. The same thing. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Respect is the beginning of very strong community.
Exactly.
Yeah. And your example was also interesting. I like that.
When something that we're losing in maybe in some parts of Afghanistan, when they're talking, they forget about the respect. Like, they should listen to the others.
Sure.
Even if they are not agree with that same thing, they should just listen and respect the thing that they're saying. But yeah, my opinion or the thing that I'm thinking is a little bit different. We should respect each other. People who are listening, remember, respect is so important in the whole life.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where. So you have worked like, not only that, like for the memories of Afghanistan and everything, you have worked hard to keep all of these memories, like especially the sacrifices of heroes alive in here in Canada. For the last 2 years, you helped to organize the Martyrs Week here in Vancouver. Why keeping the memory of lost ones, the heroes, is so important for the Afghan community living in Canada?
But first, I should say the Martyrs Week existed before us. We simply try to help make it larger, more organized, and more meaningful. I believe gratitude is one of the greatest human values. Every society honors the people who sacrificed their lives so others could live in freedom. Memory is also a form of education. Just like students review their lessons, societies must also revisit their history. If we stop remembering, we also stop learning. For our younger generation growing up here in Canada, these events are especially important. They help them understand where they come from, what others sacrificed, and why freedom should never be taken for granted. We do not organize those events to keep pain alive. We organize them to keep hope alive. A society without memory cannot build a better future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should learn about history. One of the greatest examples is Afghanistan itself. The same history is repeating. If you go and read about the history of Afghanistan, the same situation repeat again and again and again. I don't know when they're gonna learn. Go read about it, learn something, make something different this time. But yeah, that's great. They have to know about these heroes, how they sacrifice, what they fight for. So you're doing an amazing job. You are also managing a massive international operation from your new home here in BC. Running a global union from a new country is a huge task. What is the biggest challenge your activists face today? And how do you support them from your home here?
I think the biggest challenge is not distance. Many activists lost their jobs, their homes, and sometimes even their hope. Some were forced to leave everything behind. Others stayed and continue living under fear every single day.
Exactly.
When we started the Human Rights Activist Union, our first goal was not simply to create another organization. Our first goal was to rebuild hope. Today, we have members in many countries. We have Zoom meetings every 2 weeks. We have working groups, advocacy campaigns, public statements, research project, media interviews, online discussions, and local chapters in different cities. Everything we do is voluntary. Nobody is paid. People continue because they believe justice is worth working for. What makes me proud is not only the number of our members and our colleagues. It is the trust between us. We celebrate each other's successes, solve problems together, and support one another like a family. I believe movements become strong when people know they are never struggling alone.
Exactly. We should stay together. We should fight, and hopefully one day everything will get solved.
We will.
Many newcomers feels like they lose their identity or their power when they move to a brand new country. As a leader, or maybe as a human rights activist who successfully rebuilt his life here, what is your advice to them on how to find their voice again?
First, I want to say that I understand that feeling. Starting over is never easy. But I also believe something very important. Your address may change. Your purpose does not have to change. Many people believe everything is decided by destiny. Coming from a Muslim family, I have often heard people say that nothing happens without God's will. I agree, but I also believe God gave us something very special. He gave us free will. A leaf cannot choose when it falls from a tree. But human beings are different. We can choose. We can act. We can change our future. My advice is simple: learn, voluntary, meet people, build relationship. Don't wait until someone gives you a role. Create one.
Exactly.
Every meaningful journey begins with one small step.
Exactly. Yeah. So do volunteers, create your way yourself. Don't wait for opportunities. Just go for it. And there were really great
I tried
things.
that.
Yeah, it is working.
It's working.
And one of the things I always say, thinking positive always helps. If you keep yourself positive, go for anything, and you can achieve it one day.
That's true. Yeah.
If you couldn't achieve the same thing, at least you can go near to that. It's a fact. You have to know it, guys. So I didn't ask you about the challenges. When you came to Canada, was it so hard to find a home? Or like when you came here, can you tell us a bit about like coming to Canada when you came here, the language barriers? Which one was more hard, language or home?
Absolutely, there are lots of challenges. Both of that, especially both of that was the challenges facts for me. Because of that, I spent 2 months in a hotel.
Oh yeah.
For finding a quiet and better home to, especially to work, because I wanted to continue my works.
Exactly.
And I also still I need to improve my language. Yeah.
One of the things I'm saying, like, when they are seeing me struggling with my English, I'm saying, you don't know how much intelligent I am in my own language. Exactly. But here it's another language. We're struggling, and we're trying.
I think in my experience, I never saw two challenges.
Oh.
There are so many opportunities.
Exactly.
I focused on opportunities. Yeah.
Exactly. You have become such a great part of Vancouver community now. Everyone know about the things that you're doing. As you know, this is Vancouver Talk Mate, and we have this famous question that we ask from everyone. If you had the power, and if you could change just one thing in Vancouver community, what it would be? Can you let us know about it, what it would be?
I would like to change first from our community that the most important thing is the unity between our community, and then we will change something else.
Exactly. Unity is so important. People have to feel together, being one like strong community and being united. As we have that story in Afghanistan that they are giving, our old father is giving the sticks to the children, and he's saying like, break it, and they break all of it. But when he's giving the whole bunch of sticks, nobody can break it, and he's saying, I'm dying. But you guys have to remember, stick together, united. If you are together, nobody can break you. So please, guys, stay together, stick together, united. Nobody can break you. And that was a great message. Thank you. You're the perfect example of how to stay strong through the hardest times. Thank you so much. And what is the main message about the resilience that you want the listeners of this show, Vancouver Talk Mate, to take away from your story today?
May I finish with one thought? People,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, people often ask me why I continue this work after everything that happened. My answer is always the same, because I still believe people are stronger than fear. I still believe justice is stronger than terrorism. And I still believe that one person working together with others can make a real difference. That belief brought me to Canada. I led to the Human Rights Activists Union, and as a member, and it still gives me hope every morning. Thank you for giving me the opportunity sharing our story.
Thank you so much for being here. It was really an honor. I went through all the history, all the things in Afghanistan. It was emotional, heartbreaking, but still it was also a story of hope that you could build your future, that you could build your life here, and still you're fighting. You're not stopping. So thank you so much for guys who are watching us. And to our listeners, if you are if you love this show and if you find something useful about it and about the Fahim's story today, about the resilience, community leadership, and human rights activism, and standing up for people who have struggles in their life, please share this episode with your friends. Whenever you see someone have the same situation or they are losing their hope, you can always give them hope with these episodes that we are making, and please share it, and let's help to make a bridge, to make people powerful, to make them to feel that their voice matter, and we can make a difference in the community. This is Vancouver Talk Mate, and I'm Mati Ibrahim. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.